Hello, this is Joe from Joe's Transformer Toy Reviews. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm doing one of my favorite figures that I have. This is from the Transformer Legends series. It's actually a Japanese release. This is Optimus Primal. I don't remember what the Japanese name of the character was, but this one is literally labeled, even right here on the box, Optimus Primal. Let's move the figure out of the way for the box for a second. This box is fairly large and cube, almost a cube in size and shape. This is a Japanese release. I never actually owned this toy as a child. I loved Beast Wars as a series, and the figure for Optimus Primal I always wanted. Never really had him in my hand, so the some of the details about it, I never really knew that much about the original figure, but I saw some pictures of it and I really wanted it. So I finally had a chance to pick up the Japanese version. There was a mutant head gimmick in the original series and toys that never made it to the show. They removed that and replaced it with a more cartoon accurate head on this figure. I do appreciate that, because by almost all accounts, the mutant head function was not worth the investment they put into it. So, pretty decent artwork, more anime-ish than the show ever was. But the figure has a lot of features that are really, really fun to play with. There is either coming out or almost out now the masterpiece version of the figure. If I had the money for it, I would definitely get it, because there's some fundamental differences between the figure, the toy, even this one that's been made more accurate, and the masterpiece in the cartoon series. But this figure I find to be the differences are actually pretty amazing in their own right. I'll go over them. So that is the box for him. He is a Maximal instead of an Autobot, which Maximal was the descendant of the Autobots. He's the leader of not the entire Autobot of the entire Autobot or Maximal faction. He was just a captain of a small ship, and he was the leader for the small Maximal faction during the Beast Wars. This is the mode that they scanned and turned into in the first episode and on for the first season. So yeah, he's a gorilla. Now, as you might have noticed easily, that it didn't do a very great job hiding all the robot parts with these figures, but you can only do so much about that. There is a function here where you can get the arms to move. There's a latch underneath the shoulder that you can get him to either move the arms back and forth to simulate being the chest of a gorilla, or to spin the arms around in robot mode. This arm doesn't work so well in this one. I really don't care. It was a gimmick that I feel didn't really pan out so well. I do appreciate the attempt, but not really necessary. So let's go ahead and transform him. He has one of the simplest transformations of the Beast Wars series that I can think of off the top of my head for something so large. Straighten out, rotate, put the feet down, rotate the gorilla toes, pop up the shoulder pads, bring down the gorilla face, and it rotates as you do so, revealing the robot head down behind it. Alright, so that was actually how he did transform in the original series. So that's perfectly fine with me. Simple, but it's exactly what he did. So, very wide range of motion, very sturdy. I think they spent too much time on the gimmicks, but honestly, it still made a very great toy, but it's probably the limiting of the transformation. But again, worth it. Behind his head you have 2 missiles that go for his arm cannon. In the cartoon series, both arms would have a pop-up shotgun style cannons that would come out of the forearms. So if they were to do the same thing here, his arm would go like this, and they would pop out there. I'm pretty sure this figure predated, the design of the figure predated the show. What they did instead was one arm was a cannon. Now to show how that works, right here there's a latch. Push it in, and it does that. So instead of a shotgun coming out of the forearm, he has a red gun that his entire arm collapses away into, which you put these missiles into, which also fire. Which is, let's be honest, amazingly badass. I do feel weird about it as being his primary gun, but I do not care. The fact that her arm collapses and you have a big ass gun coming out, amazing to me. Just love the look of it. The other arm got a weird looking skull mace. I understand that it's going with the gimmick for rotating the arms. It's on a string. So you rotate, it kind of flings everywhere. So I'll give that a shot. Doesn't really succeed so well, but I appreciate the thought. Trying to give it some more variety, I understand. The mace did not exist in the cartoon series. I do like to give him a gun. I have one of the Ironhides from the movies, recent movies, came with a large rifle that reminded me a lot of the rifle that Dinobot used in a second season, third season episode, which is a large giant rifle, which was gathered from the ship's armory, and I felt that it'd be a good fit for him because primary weapon where he doesn't require to collapse his entire arm, and he still has more weapons. Allow me to at least do fire. I almost never fire the gun because I don't like to lose the missiles. Now, he is not done with the gimmicks. Let me just put his arm away. Button on his back has these shoulder cannons to deploy. They are very nice molded guns, molded shoulder cannons. Allow me to adjust the. I'm going to adjust the view so you can see the entire thing looks. He's kind of top heavy a bit. Now, in the original series, he could fly. He had giant jets on his back, which doesn't really have anything here to display that. But I'm going to take out his swords that he had for a few episodes, put them in his hands. Those are his final weapons, his swords. Hidden underneath his deployable cannons, deployable shoulder cannons. This is what he looks like when he has everything deployed, except for his, and also have to deploy his cannon arm. So, tons of play value, weapons all over the place, and honestly, a very well developed character in the cartoon series he came from. The only problem is that this figure is not easy to come by anymore, especially the Japanese version. Even the original American version and other versions of the character are not easy to come by. Last time I checked, they go for about... You can get one of him for about $50 maybe on Amazon. Maybe more. I haven't checked in a little while. I only checked after I got him and the price went up. There is a smaller version. It's more of a deluxe size, so I imagine it'll go up to about here or so, the total height. That one tries to be even more like the cartoon series, where the cans would pop out of the forearms instead of the entire arm trained to an arm cannon. Both arms would have the cannons that flip up. And the shoulder cans didn't have these covers. And the mace would be missing. But it also had the booster rockets molded into it. That one you might get for like $20 or $30. It's also hard to come by. You have to wait a long time for shipping. I found them on Amazon. I don't know if they're still there, but I've had better luck with this particular figure on Amazon than most of the collector sites, such as BBTS or the other ones, TF Source or other websites like that. If you have the money, I'd imagine the Masterpiece one will be a great choice, especially if the prices of the original figures continue to skyrocket. But honestly, he had a great voice actor. His name was the voice actor for they used for a lot of series after the Beast Wars for Optimus Prime or Optimus Primal was a guy named Gary Chalk, and he had a good deep voice. It wasn't the same as the original voice actor Peter Cullen, but still very great. Another great choice for the character. Once again, this is from Transformers Legends, Optimus Primal. Great figure. I love owning the fact that I own this one. Want him forever. Do recommend it for anyone else who is looking for the figure and has the money to spend, but you will be willing to spend for him. Please put your comments or questions down below. Please like and subscribe to this video. I would appreciate it. Once again, this is Joe from Joe's Transformer Toy Reviews, signing off. Thank you.